Struggling to pass your theory test on the first try? Congratulations, you have found the right channel. We are dedicated to providing you with everything you need to prepare confidently for your test. Today, we will go through 50 essential mock test questions, with the last 10 questions absolutely crucial for your success. So, stick around until the end. Let's dive in and get started. Question 1. What should you do if your mobile phone rings while you're driving or riding? Answer is C. Leave it until you have stopped in a safe place. It's illegal to use a handheld mobile or similar device when driving or riding, except in a genuine emergency. The safest option is to switch off your mobile phone before you set off, and use a message service. If you've forgotten to switch your phone off and it rings, you should leave it. When you've stopped in a safe place, you can see who called and return the call if necessary. Question 2. You're driving on a wet road. What should you do if you have to stop your vehicle in an emergency? Answer is A. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. As you drive, look well ahead and all around so that you're ready for any hazards that might develop. If you have to stop in an emergency, react as soon as you can while keeping control of the vehicle. Keep both hands on the steering wheel so you can control the vehicle's direction of travel. Question 3. You're turning right onto a dual carriageway. What should you do before emerging? Answer is B. Check that the central reservation is wide enough for your vehicle. Before emerging right onto a dual carriageway, make sure that the central reservation is deep enough to protect your vehicle. If it isn't, you should treat the dual carriageway as one road and check that it's clear in both directions before pulling out. Neglecting to do this could place part or all of your vehicle in the path of approaching traffic and cause a collision. Question 4. On a road where trams operate, which vehicles will be most at risk from the tram rails? Answer is B. Cycles. The narrow wheels of a bicycle can become stuck in the tram rails, causing the cyclist to stop suddenly, wobble, or even lose balance altogether. The tram lines are also slippery, which could cause a cyclist to slide or fall off. Question 5. You're approaching an unmarked crossroads. How should you deal with the junction? Answer is A. Slow down and look both ways. Be cautious, especially when your view is restricted by hedges, bushes, walls, large vehicles, etc. In the summer months, these junctions can become more difficult to deal with, because growing foliage may further obscure your view. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 6. You're driving on a clear night. Which lights should you use if the national speed limit applies and there's a steady stream of oncoming traffic? Answer is C. Dipped headlights. Use the full beam headlights only when you can be sure that you won't dazzle other road users. Question 7. How much more fuel will you use by driving at 70 miles per hour, compared with driving at 50 miles per hour? Answer is B. About 15%. Your vehicle will use less fuel if you avoid heavy acceleration. The higher the engine revs, the more fuel you'll use. Using the same gear and covering the same distance, a vehicle traveling at 70 miles per hour will use about 15% more fuel than it would at 50 miles per hour. However, don't travel so slowly that you inconvenience or endanger other road users. Question 8. How can you reduce the chances of your car being broken into when leaving it unattended? Answer is C. Take all valuables with you. When leaving your car, take all valuables with you if you can. Otherwise, lock them out of sight. Question 9. How can you avoid wheel spin when you're driving on an icy road? Answer is A. Drive at a slow speed in the highest gear possible. If you're traveling on an icy road, extra caution will be required to avoid loss of control. Keeping your speed down and using the highest gear possible will reduce the risk of the tires losing their grip on this slippery surface. Question 10. Why must you take great care when emerging from this junction? Answer is A. The view is restricted. You may have to pull forward slowly until you can see up and down the road. Be aware that the traffic approaching the junction can't see you either. If you don't know that it's clear, don't go. Question 11. Which type of vehicle should you be ready to give way to as you approach this bridge? Answer is D. Buses. A bus or high-sided lorry will have to take a position in the center of the road to clear the bridge. There's normally a sign to show this. Look well ahead, pass the bridge and be ready to stop and give way to large oncoming vehicles. Question 12. What should you do if a driver pulls out of a side road in front of you, causing you to brake hard? Answer is C. Ignore the error and stay calm. Be tolerant if a vehicle emerges and you have to brake quickly. Anyone can make a mistake, so don't react aggressively. Be alert where there are side roads and be especially careful where there are parked vehicles, because these can make it difficult for emerging drivers to see you. Question 13. Why should you make allowances for older drivers? Answer is A. Older drivers' reactions may be slower than other drivers. As people age, their reaction time gets slower. The rate of decline varies from person to person, but you can expect them to take longer to react to a hazard, and they may be hesitant in some situations. For example, at a junction. Question 14. You're on a 3-lane motorway. How should you overtake a slow-moving lorry in the middle lane if it's showing this sign? Answer is C. Approach with care and overtake on the left of the lorry. This sign is found on slow-moving or stationary works vehicles. If you wish to overtake it, do so on the left, as indicated. Be aware that there might be people working in the area. Question 15. What type of vehicle uses an amber flashing beacon on a dual carriageway? Answer is D. A tractor. An amber flashing beacon on a vehicle indicates that it's moving slowly or stopped and a possible hazard. Look well ahead on a dual carriageway and you should be able to see and respond to these vehicles in good time. Question 16. What might you expect to happen in this situation? Answer is D. Traffic will move into the left-hand lane. Be courteous and allow the traffic to merge into the left-hand lane. Question 17. Why should these road markings be kept clear? Answer is B. To allow children to see and be seen when they're crossing the road. The markings are there to show that the area should be kept clear. This is to allow an unrestricted view for or approaching drivers and riders or children wanting to cross the road. Question 18. You see a horse rider as you approach a roundabout. What should you do if they're signaling right but keeping well to the left? Answer is A. Stay well back. Allow the horse rider to enter and exit the roundabout in their own time. They may feel safer keeping to the left all the way around the roundabout. Don't get up close behind or alongside them, because that would probably upset the horse and create a dangerous situation. Question 19. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. With flow cycle lane. Usually, a picture of a cycle will also be painted on the road, and sometimes the lane will have a different colored surface. Leave these areas clear for cyclists and don't pass too closely when you overtake. Question 20. You're about to overtake a cyclist. Why should you leave them as much room as you would give to a car? Answer is C. The cyclist might be unsettled if you pass too near them. Before overtaking, assess the situation. Look well ahead to see whether the cyclist will need to change direction. Be especially aware of a cyclist approaching parked vehicles, as they'll need to alter course. Don't pass too closely or cut in sharply, as this could unsettle the rider. Question 21. You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement waiting to cross the side road? Answer is D. Wait and give way to the pedestrians. You should give way to pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross the road into which or from which you're turning. Be patient if they're cautious and take their time checking that it's safe before they step into the road. Question 22. Why should you allow extra room while overtaking a motorcyclist on a windy day? Answer is A. The rider may be blown in front of you. If you're driving in high winds, be aware that the conditions might make a motorcyclist or cyclist swerve or wobble. Take this into consideration if you're following or wish to overtake a two-wheeled vehicle. Question 23. You're towing a caravan. Which is the safest type of rearview mirror to use? Answer is C. Extended arm side mirrors. Towing a large trailer or caravan can greatly reduce your view of the road behind. You may need to fit extended arm side mirrors so that you can see clearly behind and down both sides of the caravan or trailer. Question 24. When may you overtake another vehicle on their left? Answer is B. When you're in a one-way street. You may pass slower vehicles on their left while traveling along a one-way street. Be aware of drivers who may need to change lanes and may not expect faster traffic passing on their left. Question 25. When will you feel the effects of engine braking? Answer is C. When you change to a lower gear. You will feel the effect of engine braking when you take your foot off the accelerator. Changing to a lower gear will increase the effect. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 26. Which vehicles are prohibited from using the motorway? Answer is A. Powered mobility scooters. Motorways mustn't be used by pedestrians, cyclists, motorcycles under 50 cubic centimeters, certain slow-moving vehicles without permission, and powered wheelchairs or mobility scooters. Question 27. You have stopped in an emergency area. What must you do before you rejoin the carriageway? Answer is B. Use the emergency telephone. To rejoin the carriageway from an emergency area, you must use the emergency telephone and follow the operator's advice. A lane may have to be closed so that you can rejoin the carriageway safely. Question 28. Why is it particularly important to check your vehicle before making a long motorway journey? Answer is D. Continuous high speeds increase the risk of your vehicle breaking down. Before you start your journey, make sure that your vehicle can cope with the demands of high-speed driving. You should check a number of things, the main ones being fuel, oil, water, and tires. You also need to plan rest stops if you're making a long journey. Question 29. How should you signal if you're going straight ahead at a roundabout? Answer is A. Signal left just after you pass the exit before the one you're going to take. To go straight ahead at a roundabout, you should normally approach in the left-hand lane, but check the road markings. At some roundabouts, the left lane on approach is marked left turn only, so make sure you use the correct lane to go ahead. You won't normally need to signal as you approach, but signal before you leave the roundabout, as other road users need to know your intentions. Question 30. You're reversing into a side road. When would your vehicle be the greatest hazard to passing traffic? Answer is D. When the front of your vehicle swings out. Always check in all directions before reversing. Keep a good lookout throughout the maneuver and remember that the front will swing out as you reverse into the side road. Act on what you see and wait if necessary. Question 31. What does this sign mean? Answer is A. No overtaking. Road signs that prohibit overtaking are placed in locations where passing the vehicle in front is dangerous. If you see this sign, don't attempt to overtake. The sign is there for a reason. You must obey it. Question 32. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Crossroads. The priority through the junction is shown by the broader line. You need to be aware of the hazard posed by traffic crossing or pulling out onto a major road. Question 33. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. Water across the road. This sign is found where a shallow stream crosses the road. Heavy rainfall could increase the flow of water. If the water looks too deep or the stream has spread over large distance, stop and find another route. Question 34. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? Answer is C. When your exit from the junction is blocked. As you approach the traffic lights, look into the road you wish to take. Only proceed if your exit road is clear. If the road is blocked, hold back, even if you have to wait for the next green signal. Question 35. How will a police officer in a patrol vehicle signal for you to stop? Answer is B. Flash the headlights, indicate left and point to the left. You must obey signals given by the police. If a police officer in a patrol vehicle wants you to pull over, they'll indicate this without causing danger to you or other traffic. Question 36. Your vehicle is stationary. When may you use its horn? Answer is D. When another road user poses a danger. When your vehicle is stationary, only sound the horn if you think there's a risk of danger from another road user. Don't use it just to attract someone's attention. This causes unnecessary noise and could be misleading. Question 37. Your car requires an MOT certificate. When is it legal to drive it without an MOT certificate? Answer is C. When driving to an appointment at an MOT center. When a car is 3 years old, 4 years old in Northern Ireland, it must pass an MOT test and have a valid MOT certificate before it can be used on the road. Exceptionally, you may drive to a pre-arranged test appointment or to a garage for repairs required for the test to drive vehicles that are more than 40 years old without an MOT test, but they must be in a roadworthy condition before being used on the road. See gov.uk for more details. Question 38. When are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? Answer is B. When stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. You mustn't use hazard warning lights while moving, except to warn traffic behind when you slow suddenly on a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway. Never use hazard warning lights to excuse dangerous or illegal parking. Question 39. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. The rider is injured. When should their helmet be removed? Answer is D. Only when it's essential. Don't remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential. Remember, they may be suffering from shock. Don't give them anything to eat or drink, but do reassure them confidently. Question 40. A collision has just happened. An injured person is lying in a busy road. What's the first thing you should do? Answer is D. Warn other traffic. The most immediate danger is further collisions and fire. You could warn other traffic by switching on hazard warning lights, displaying an advance warning triangle or sign, but not on a motorway, or by any other means that doesn't put you or others at risk. Question 41. What should you do if a tire bursts while you're driving? Answer is D. Pull up slowly at the side of the road. A tire bursting can lead to a loss of control, especially if you're traveling at high speed. Using the correct procedure should help you to stop the vehicle safely. Question 42. What should you do if your vehicle has a puncture on a motorway? Answer is D. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency refuge area and call for assistance. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency area and call for assistance. Don't attempt to repair your vehicle while it's on the hard shoulder because of the risk posed by traffic passing at high speeds. Question 43. You lose control of your car and damage a garden wall. What must you do if the property owner isn't available? Answer is B. Report the incident to the police within 24 hours. If the property owner isn't available at the time, you must inform the police about the incident. This should be done as soon as possible, and in any case within 24 hours. Question 44. Who's responsible for making sure that a vehicle isn't overloaded? Answer is A. The driver of the vehicle. Carrying heavy loads will affect control and the vehicle's handling characteristics. If the vehicle you're driving is overloaded, you'll be held responsible. Question 45. You wish to tow a trailer. Where would you find the maximum nose weight for your vehicle's tow hitch? Answer is B. In the vehicle handbook. You must know how to load your trailer or caravan so that the hitch exerts an appropriate downward force on the tow ball. Information about the maximum permitted nose weight can be found in your vehicle handbook or obtained from your vehicle manufacturer's agent. Hey, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel and hit bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Your support helps us bring you more content to ace your theory test. Now, let's get back to the video. Question 46. You're about to start a journey towing a trailer. What should you do if you notice that a light on your trailer is not working? Answer is C. Repair the fault before continuing with your journey. You must make sure that your vehicle and trailer are roadworthy. Check that your tires are legal and the brakes and lights are working properly. If any of these things are not working, you must not drive or tow your trailer until the fault is repaired. Question 47. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Local buses may stand at all times. This sign tells you that this is a place where local buses may stand, from which all other vehicles are prohibited during the time shown. Question 48. What does this sign mean? Answer is C. Pedal cyclists to dismount at end of a cycle lane, track or route. This sign tells pedal cyclists to dismount at end of a cycle lane, track, or route. Question 49. What does this sign mean? Answer is D. No vehicles except pedal cycles being pushed by hand. A circular road sign with a red border indicates a prohibition. In this case, no vehicles, except pedal cycles being pushed by hand, are allowed to proceed. Question 50. What does this sign mean? Answer is B. Look out for trams approaching from both directions. This sign reminds pedestrians to look out for trams approaching from both directions. For more practice and updates, click on the video you are watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to passing your theory test. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.